All right, good afternoon, Who That Nation. Welcome to the WDN Chatline podcast. It's the host CB, and yes, this your boy CB. I'm back in the building. Hope you guys have been enjoying your last couple of months of Saints. I can say off season and NFL playoffs. Um, Man, I've been doing okay. I made a video about 2.5 weeks ago, just giving you guys an update of how things going with me and Uptown, and the reason why I wasn't on the past few weeks. But now it's the off season, so it's going to be a busy off season with Saints football, and I'm excited, to give you guys, wonderful news and our takes on what is going down in the Who That Nation. So before I go any further, man, let me just get to the comment section. Shout out to It's Poppy 504 said, what's up, fam? Welcome to the show. I am under the weather, so you guys please just bear with me. And I will say this, man. I don't know how things is gonna fare with the show. I do know I'm talking about today's show because currently in an ice storm for the ones that's on the East Coast. I'm in the Carolinas, so we got a severe ice storm warning, for us this afternoon. So I'm just praying that no power goes out because I'm trying to watch the game. I mean, I can watch it on my phone, but I'm trying to watch it on live TV. So prayers that the ice storm does it, not my power out. You know, yeah, man. So that's how things is gonna go today. Shout out to RG Venom 2578 said, "What's up, CB and the rest of the WDN? What's up with you, fam?" And yes, so basically today's show, I don't forgot. Let's see. I believe it was the week before the last game that I actually did a show. So I didn't recap the Falcons. I won't recap that game. I'll basically talk about the NFC South, the state of the NFC South, the team evaluation, how was the 2025 season. We'll trip a little bit on some little early um, mock draft selections at pick 8. Will we stay at 8? Just some early draft chirp, and then I'll open up the phone line. You guys can chime in. And excuse me if I didn't tell y'all, man, I'm under the weather, so just excuse me. Shout out to Miss Dana. I'm saying who that family, who that to you. I think you got a new name. You said the Nag 4589. But welcome, Miss Dana. Welcome to the pod. But yeah, man, I'm definitely excited to chop it up with you guys. Let me read this comment and then I'm gonna get into the show. Yeah, I'm really glad to be back on the show. Who that nation? RG said it's bad here in Dallas. I'm still stuck in a hotel because of this ice storm. So many Saints fans affected by this winter storm. Yes, fam. Yes, it's all the way up here where I'm at. So I just hope my power, stays on, man, so I can watch these championship games, man. Exciting games coming up. So let's just go ahead and get into it, man. Let's see, we're gonna get into the state of the NFC South. No, 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 no. I'm gonna get into team evaluation first. Okay, team evaluation. We're gonna start. Gonna talk about the team as a whole. Far as Tyler Shook, I'm gonna talk about him in a whole nother segment. So far as the 2025 season, I'm gonna be honest. At the start of the season, we had that Arizona game we let slide. Guys, starting out the season, guys wasn't even catching the football. So that's how the season started on the offensive side at the skill positions. Guys was not catching the football, resulted in that had a big impact in the outcome of that Arizona game. I don't forgot some of the teams we played earlier. I do remember that Arizona, but the Patriot game got away from us, but it was a few early games in the season that we let slide, and it was due to guys dropping the football. We did start the season off with Spencer Rattler. I want to salute Spencer Rattler. Hopefully, he get his opportunity somewhere else. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even want to have him on the roster. I think he's capable of competing for a starting spot um, on another football team. So hopefully they get something done and give him an opportunity to start somewhere else. But yeah, he was the guy. And no, he wasn't, as explosive and stuff as Shook, but I still think that he did enough for us to win some of those games. And I'm just talking about far as win loss, far as the team. Man, if you're looking at how things played out, if we would have all we had to do was win what two if we could have that Arizona game, Olave dropping that touchdown, wide open touchdown pass. If you think of plays like that that occurred in those early games, we probably it not no probably we would have won the NFC South. And I'm gonna just leave it like that. We would have won the NFC South. But yeah, the early part of the season, man, those drop catches, the offensive side was not helping the offense and catching the football. The running game really wasn't. Well, I will say Kendrick Miller was doing his due service until he got hurt. I don't know what the future holds for him. I don't want us taking another chance on him, to be honest. I believe this was his fourth year, so he's going to become a not a restricted, unrestricted free agent. I'm gonna be honest. He's been injured too much for the Saints, so I just wish him the best. Hopefully, he get an opportunity somewhere else to compete, and we'll see what happens with that. But far as yeah, the offense it was pretty much a shell of itself until we handed the torch to Tyler Shough, and then when Tyler Shough stepped in, it's like everybody wanted to play. So um, Tyler Shook brought a lot. See, that's the thing. This made me realize, man. Even though I already knew, sometimes we had to get reminded. Like it's just more than someone's skill set, um, someone's presence in the locker room, and how they, players wanting to play for this particular person, and they want this guy to succeed. Like all those intangibles, man. Coincide with each other when it comes to a player, what they bring to the locker room. Because when Tyler Shutt stepped in, now all of a sudden everybody want to catch the football. Everybody wants to win. The team morale went up and just the hunger to win. And we saw what happened when Shutt stepped in. He elevated the offense. The defense even elevated, to be honest. The defense was playing I at the beginning, but like at the end of the season, man, everybody was hitting on all cylinders. The only thing that stood out was that offensive line, the interior line specifically. But um, hopefully that gets addressed this off season. We got some money to play with. With that being said, we got to spend it wisely and hopefully making wise decisions with the money instead of just trying to get somebody a payday. So I'm gonna go back to these comment sections. Excuse me, I'm gonna go back. I seen some comments rolling in when I was talking. Shout out to Nola Chop said, "What's shucking with it, family? What's shucking, man? They gonna get shucked tonight, man." Shout out to my guy, the Bun. That's his Twitter handle, man. Go check out. That's the new Saints anthem. Rolling into 2026. That's the new Saints anthem. She getting shut tonight. She getting shut tonight. She getting shut tonight. She getting shut tonight. Shout out to the Bun, man. Use the right beat and everything for that song. Okay, let me get back to the comments, man. Shout out to Darren White 72 said, who that said they gonna beat them Saints? What up? Inja, what up, Darren White 72? What up with you, fam? Marvin Master said, who that? What up? Marvin Master, my fault. Welcome to the podcast, fam. And I see the OG in the building. Jerry, what up, Jerry? Glad to see you again, fam. Shout out to Jackson Evers 274.59 said, "Let's go Saints." Who that to you, fam? We getting back in the building, fam. I'm telling you, we getting back on the map. We is getting back on the map. Let's see. Let's see. Scrolling down. Scrolling down. see somebody talking about what's your team. I think it's a Giants fan in the building. I'm not sure, but hey man, the Giants, y'all got John. The Giants got John Harbaugh, so we'll see how that plays out. To be honest, if I was Harbaugh, man, I would have entertained the Bills, but it is what it is. I guess he wanted a young QB, to bond with and grow with. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that plays out. Miss Dana said, "Shut elevated everybody." Absolutely, absolutely, fam. He elevated the whole locker room, especially the offense. Like I said, now everybody wants to catch the football. Jawan want to catch the football, and with Chris Olave, I mean, I'm lost of words of what impact. I mean, let's get it. Let's just get it. Clear. Charlotte. I mean, Tyler Shutt did elevate guys on the offensive side, but at the end of the day, the person still has to run routes and he had to catch the football. So Olave still went out there and ran the routes and caught the football. But that chemistry that they built, that is the part where Shook elevated Chris Olave. It's the chemistry aspect of it. But as far as running the route, Olave got to do that himself. We know he's able to do, he's able to run routes, but our question mark, and which was how do you say it? Which was validated. I will say, yeah, it was validated um at the first half of the season. Where's Chris Olave? He needs to get traded. Like all those points was valid with Chris Olave. So if Tyler Shutt would have never seen the field, I don't think that Olave would have. And that just happens with some QBs, man. I mean, that's just what it is. They just able to they got that bond. We know Olave, the skill talent and all that was there. Um, but he all of a sudden making tough catches, all types of catches. You seen in the forgot what game was it? Was it the Jets game or the Panthers game where he went to Olave um every play on that drive and got him down to the red zone. It was the Panthers game. So Olave, man, he loves the quarterback he's working with, and the quarterback loves the receiver he's working with. So that's a good intangible. Now, hopefully, going into this offseason, we can get some more pieces that's in love with Tyler Shuck. We're throwing them the football and then vice versa. So we'll see how that pans out. We're gonna get I see Marvin, I seen that comment about Jeremiah Love. We'll get into that in a few. We will get into that in a few. Miss Dana said, I think we should address the interior line of free agency and draft. Yes, ma'am. I definitely agree. Because we can talk about Jeremiah. I mean, or we can talk about this or that person, but man, if that interior line don't get fixed, and I'm talking about they getting in there easy, like that was a huge hole. That was our worst position, on the team was that interior offensive line. So yeah, that has to get addressed. And Cesar Ruiz is not the answer. So far, I see some podcasters and some, inside reporters talking about the return of, Cesar Ruiz is not it, man. I think he's coming up on the last year of his deal. Let's just go ahead and see if we can get a trade for him, and let's get some value. We can get some draft value back. We don't even have to try to match capital with Cesar Ruiz. Let's just if we can trade Caesar for a fifth, that's great. I trade him for a fifth. Shout out to Miss Tar, who that CB. Shout out to Miss T Mama in the building. Who that Miss Tar? DOM Rob, mom's account. Hey bro, what's good with you, fam? Who that to you? You said talking about football. Yes, sir. I'm talking about the New Orleans Saints, fam. I'm definitely talking about the New Orleans Saints, fam. And I also see shout out to Yahamora 8546 said hi. I like this. Shout out to you, fam. Appreciate you for subbing to the podcast, fam. We got a lot of good commentary on this podcast, man. You guys will enjoy listening about the New Orleans Saints. Okay, so yeah, pretty much from a team perspective, some standouts for the 2025 season on the offensive side. Shout out to Kelvin Banks. Kelvin Banks had one hell of a rookie year. It's going to be a solid piece going forward. You go on the right tackle side for Walker. It's going to be an awesome piece going forward. Yes, it was kind of up and down a little bit. He was battling an injury, not making no excuse, but he's going to bounce back. That the tackles is going to be solid. So shout out to them in the backfield. Devin Neal Devin Neal had to me one good game where he had I think he had 90 something yards, like 97 or something like that. Devin Neal is a guy I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings next year. Do I think Devin Neal needs to be running back one going into next season? I didn't see enough to for me to say yes, this is our guy going forward. Um, let's move forward with this guy. No, that's not the case with Devin Neal yet. I do see him as being in the rotation. He can be an exceptional backup piece for us. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings. As far as Kamar, I don't know what the situation gonna hold for Kamar. If they decide to let Kamar take a reduced role and be a backup, to me that'll be awesome. That'll be absolutely awesome. Just say we draft a running back. We draft Jeremiah and AK agrees to take a lesser role. That'll be an awesome 1-2 punch. And Devin Neal still get his reps in, and it eventually becomes a Jeremiah Love Devin Neal tandem. But we'll see. We'll see how things play out. Just early chirp. But okay, wide receiver. Shout out to Mason Tiltham had some flashes. Mason Tilton had flashes. Olave, obviously, he about to get a bag with us. Jawan stepped up. Um, he definitely showed flashes of his contract that he signed with us past off season. Who's some other standouts at the receiver position? We do got a lot of depth. We got Mason Tipton. Um, Vele got hurt. Vele got hurt at the end of the season, but that's a promising piece that we're going to utilize going forward. So Mason Tempton, and then we got Pope, and then we got Palmer. So we got some receivers that it's going to be an interesting training camp. It's going to be an interesting training camp this summer. So we'll see how that plays out. Okay, so far as the defensive side, I'm gonna just talk about the rookies because we know what Cam and Demario did. As far as the rookies, shout out to Jonas Sanker. Jonas Sanker is going to be a promising piece going forward. Now, I did see that the team re-signed Justin Blackman to a one-year deal. I don't know what their vision is for Blackman. Is they gonna let him battle it out? Could he battle it out versus Justin Reed? We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Justin Reed, I wasn't amazed with his play this year. His play did not validate that 4-year 30 for me. It didn't. So it'll be interesting to see how things play out. Justin Blackman could just be depth piece. I don't know. It's too early to see. But shout out to not Justin Blackman. Shout out to shout out to Quincy Riley as well. Shout out to who else stepped up? Stutzman. So Quincy Riley, Stutzman, they came in, and Quincy Riley was actually starting the second half of the season. Played solid. He wasn't out there getting burnt. Now, as far as Kool-Aid, there's still some question marks. I don't care what type of flash plays he made. Kellen Moore, Kool-Aid is not the answer at starting on the outside right now. Please, he is not our number one QB. number one corner. So we'll see how that plays out when we get a cornerback in free agency. We'll see. We got another nickel corner that's going to be a free agency, so we'll see how that plays out. Do I think we should bring back Alante Taylor? I mean, I say this: should we be paying top dollar for Alante Taylor? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I wouldn't mind having Alante Taylor back, but we don't need to break the bank for him. And that's just being honest. That's just being honest. The OG said, despite the 6-11 record, I think the Saints are improving. Just need some more pieces for Tyler Shook. Absolutely, fam. Need some pieces. And for the guys to continue to develop the young pieces. Okay, shout out to Robert Vera. I'm saying hi, Robert Lincoln, Nevada. Okay, shout out to Lincoln, Nevada in the house. Okay, got everybody. We're across the country. Okay, shout out to Robert. Welcome to the podcast, fam. Hope you enjoy it. So, far as the team, oh man, shout out to Miss Jamie Limo said, please say hi, Angelo. Hi, Angelo. Welcome to the podcast. Glad you chimed in. Make sure you guys, for the ones that just tuning into the podcast, you guys please like, subscribe, follow the page. We had awesome Saints content for you guys. And in a few minutes, I'm gonna open up the phone line. So um, I want everyone and new listeners, if you want to chime in, man, call in. I will put the link in the comment section in a few minutes. So yeah, as far as the team standouts, shout out to the rookie kicker. Shout out to Charlie. He came in and he made some kicks for us. He validated our decision to get rid of the former kicker. And then he went to the Colts and he was booting 60 something yards. But it is what it is, man. Some people just need um, you know, a new breath of fresh air. The guy, he was a talented kicker. He was a talented kicker, but he started, stinking the bed. So we just had to do what we had to do. And he just had to start at another location. And I wish the best for him. Wish the best for him. But we got us a new kicker, that's booting just as well. So like I said, we got some guys. I also want to point out that the Saints 2026 draft class was rated the best class by ESPN in the whole league. So the Saints, ESPN rated the Saints as the best draft class as a whole. They had the best draft class. So that just speak wonders. So what we've been talking about on this pod, you know, throughout the weeks, you heard Uptown say that countless of times. This might be the best draft class in a while, and it might be better than the 2017 class. I'm gonna be honest. That 2017 class was a stud, but the situation they was in compared to the situation we're in now is two totally different situations. Because in 2017, Drew Brees was there, and you had an explosive offense, so you just needed pieces to plug in, to just take the team up. Yes, we was coming off a 7-9 record, but we just need a few pieces to take it into NFC contenders. We wasn't in a position to where like we gotta rebuild, we gotta find out who our franchise QB is and all of that. We wasn't in that position. So shout out to T Dirt in the building said, what's up, my who that family? What's down what you found? Who that to you found? So shout out to the 2026 Saints draft class. You guys getting respect across the lead, across the TV networks. So man, pat yourself on the back. You guys continue to keep up the good work, and we're gonna keep bringing in pieces to help you guys out. Hi from South Africa. Okay, we got South Africa in the house. Shout out to you. I don't want to pronounce your name wrong, but I'm gonna just call you by the last name 6167. Shout out to you, fam, all the way from South Africa. Shout out to you. Okay, which brings us. Okay, so that's pretty much the team wrap up. Shout out to all the rookies that stepped in and contributed, and it brings us to this point, far as the NFC South goes. Far as the NFC South, so and I'm the reason I want to discuss this right quick because I just want to point out how far back we don't know how far back we really not how far back how close we really are from being the best team in this division. And I'm gonna be honest, if Tyler Shook would have took the reins at the beginning, no, I won't even say that. You know what? I'm not gonna say that about Shook should have started week 1 because I'm gonna be honest, it probably took from week 1 to week 8 him setting back. That's if all that development going on. He needed that. That was part of what made him be prepared when he came in week 8. So I ain't even gonna say if Shook would have started week 1. I'm not even gonna say that because honestly, in the preseason they was playing about the same. So we don't know how it would have fared out. I'm not even gonna say Shook would have done this or that. What I will say though is the end result. We were 6-11 ball club. The winner of the NFC South was an 8-9 ball club. One game below 500. We was 2 games behind the division winner. And y'all seen how week 17 went against the Fell Clowns. We going in there with practice squad players. Tyler Shook is one guy. His name slipped on my mind. Guy been playing for a couple weeks. He's the only guy that Shook has been throwing to. Everybody else is brand spanking new. Running backs brand spanking new. Yeah, they've been playing a few weeks, but just brand spanking new all across the board offensively. Went in and we barely lost that game. And that game was so embarrassing for the field clowns. Arthur Blank got rid of Raheem Morris. How do you win the last game of the season? You still get fired because Arthur Blank seen that we had practice squad guys out there. I'm talking about literally practice squad guys out there, and we still was right. We still should have won that game, and he knew it, and he knew that was embarrassing to watch. Shout out to Emma Watt. Said, hey, I'm Mila. Shout out to you, Miss Mila. Shout out to lovely Robert. Who that to you said. And then last comment said 25 cent, not 50 cent. Shout out to y'all, man. There's a lot of new people in the building, man. Shout out to y'all. Miss Dana said, and the ref stole a TD from us too. I remember that. I remember that TD play that was called back. So Arthur Blank will sit right here and tell you that was an embarrassing week 17 game. That's why he got rid of Raheem Morris. Like, how do you win a ball game in week 17? Like, if he knew he was gonna get rid of Raheem Morris, why not do it a week or two before the last game? Why let him play out the season and then because he was embarrassed by that. He was embarrassed by that play. Y'all had everybody out there. Y'all had Kurt. To me, Kurt is better than old boy. Old boy that they got. He's better than that quarterback. You had Bijan Algiers out there. You had your tight end, Pitch. You had Drake London, Daryl Mooney. You had all those guys out there. And you guys, it took a complete dogfight for y'all to pull that victory out. Defensively, y'all had everybody out there, Tyler Shook, slinging that thing on y'all. With backup practice squad players. Like, let's just be honest and serious with this, man. Honest and serious. Tampa Bay week 1, they got us. It was close for a minute and then they ran away with it. The second matchup, we beat them. And then the division winning Panthers, the ones that made the playoffs, we swept them. So ain't none of those teams scaring us one bit. So just imagine who that nation when we get some players. But the icing on the cake from all of this, even getting us close, all of this, it comes down to Tyler Shook. Shout out Fraggle 50 said hello. Shout out to you, fam. Jerry said yes, the Falcons swept the Saints, but fired Raheem Morris. That's strange. He was embarrassed. He was embarrassed by, what went down that last game. That was embarrassing for the Falcons. You got all your pieces like that, and you struggle to win. That's crazy. But like I was saying, when it all come down and boil down to it, for us to even be in this position, it comes down to Tyler Shough. Tyler Shough is the reason we is even in this position to begin with. I'm talking about in a position to where we don't even have to worry about a franchise QB. We can talk about this, getting this or that person or having this much capital. I'm gonna be honest with any football team in the NFL, with any team in the NFL, the National Football League, you are not going to win 99% of the time unless you have your franchise QB. And that's just a fact. It's done been a couple of seasons, maybe about 3 or 4, if that, since I've been alive, that I can, recount that a team actually went far in the playoffs with an average QB. Mark Sanchez is one that stands out to me. Mark Sanchez wasn't no elite quarterback, but that Jets defense, that was one of, I think that could get put in a historically type of defense. That defense was crazy. That defense carried them, all the way to the AFC Championship. Let me cut my phone. So it's only a few teams that's done had a average QB that's done got to the ship because of their defense. But 99% of the time, teams need a franchise QB, and we was able to get a franchise QB right now instead of waiting going into this offseason. Imagine if Shutt wouldn't have planned out, would have been going into this offseason worrying about is we gonna get a QB out of free agency or is we gonna draft a QB? Would have been in the sweet states for Mendoza. Probably would have been in the sweet states for him. Who knows what Mickey and them would have been thinking? Or if Shutt wouldn't have paid out, maybe we would have just ride with him. But then that still pushes us back because then we're going into another year not knowing who gonna be our guy. What Shuck did, this is not fluke stuff. Fluke stuff, like a and Jaden Daniels, he gonna be a dog. But I'm saying Jaden Daniels up in Washington, he had some pieces around him to help him out that rookie year. Tyler Shuck ain't have nobody to help him out. Like he had Chris Olave, Jawan stepped up in the backfield. He didn't had no running game to complement him. He had to sling the ball over 40 times. I'm gonna just say at least 35 attempts a game. I think it was over 40 attempts a game, and I put it at 35 attempts a game. Imagine a rookie QB got to throw 35 plus times a game. So that's basically saying that the offense is on your shoulders. That's the only way we're gonna get out of here with a victory. So this is what Tyler Shuck had to do. So just shout out to Tyler Shuck, man. I'm glad he was able to sit back and deliver where he got his opportunity. Miss T Mama said he definitely should have started sooner than he did. I missed some more comments. Okay, that was you saying, y'all have a blessed ones. I gotta get out the chat, but I'll still be on. Okay, shout out to you, Miss T Mama. Stay warm. Yes, definitely stay warm. And I just hope my power can pull me through the day. Pull me through the day, man. That song gonna be out of here in the morning. So, okay, another comment by Miss T Mama said Rattler should have been pulled sooner, but I'm glad they gave him a fair chance. Ooh, my take on that. I don't know how. Not only that, because a lot of people is saying that. I'm gonna be honest. I can't take that stance because I don't want to. I don't know. I don't know how that would have played out. And me saying that is because Tyler Shuck get benched from week 1 to week 8. That whole time, if we're being honest, it had to be all positive things. Him developing, he had to be developing like crazy. Whatever role they had him playing with the scout and stuff. So if he would have got thrown in the fire sooner, I don't know how if it would have played out like it did. Because let's just be honest, and I'm talking about preseason. In the preseason, he was looking nothing, nowhere near like he looked when he got out there week 8. So what I'm saying is maybe that sitting down allowed him to develop. Maybe him sitting down for that 8 weeks allowed him to develop and process the game and make his mistakes behind the stage that we don't know about because him playing with the scout team during the week we don't know his mistakes what's going on, but you make the mistakes out in the open. Who knows how that would have panned out? I mean, but I see you got that's definitely a fair argument. I mean, that's just like I was saying about earlier what I said about maybe if Shook would have got in early, but then I had to retract myself. I stopped myself and said, "Nah, I ain't even gonna say that because I don't know how I would have played earlier." But I think him sitting down these 8 weeks allowed him to make his rookie mistakes behind closed doors instead of making the rookie mistakes out in the open because he was not ready week 1. So that's something we do know is that what he gave out on the preseason, for he was not ready to start week 1. He was not, and he definitely wasn't playing nowhere there than he was playing in the preseason. So, like I said, that sent down, it had to have benefited him at the fullest. Because once he came out, it's like that Rams game, I think, was his. I ain't gonna say, yeah, it probably was his worst game, but even with that, that was they playing in the NFC Championship tonight. So that was just a rough first test, and then after that, the guy had a awesome ending to his season. But shout out to Shook. I mean, he gonna get us, you know, as of right now, man, he's gonna be our guy going forward. And honestly, I don't, as far as the rookie mistakes and stuff, I think he made them behind closed doors. So I can't be like, this sophomore slump or his growing pains. He had some growing pains when he was playing during the 8 weeks. He had a turnover, he had a pick six and stuff like that, but he went back out, kept fighting. I think the pick six game we came back and won anyway. So he had a few growing pains and stuff. So I'm excited about Shook. But as far as that NFC South, the New Orleans Saints is right there in the thick of things. So we right there in the thick of things, Who That Nation. We're gonna be right back in this mix sooner than later. This ain't no 3-4 year process. I know at the beginning of the season we was like, for that nation, we're just gonna have to be patient. And that's how I was looking from what Shug gave us, what Rattler gave us in the preseason, both of them were playing the same way. So coming into the season, we was like, who that nation, we gotta be patient, and it's going to be a long process. And boy, did things turn around quickly. Boy, did things turn around quickly, and I'm excited they did. Now, how much to that go on Kellen Moore? A lot goes. A lot of props go to Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore evaluation. We'll talk about that on another show. Um, got a lot of topics, man. I want to save for the future. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the comment section, and you guys can click in, man. Just give me your thoughts on the Saints. Um, whatever on your heart about the Saints, how you feeling, and then we're gonna wrap this show up. So while I'm waiting, let's see. Players to be concerned about. Players to be concerned about. Players to be concerned about. One that pops up to my mind is Kool-Aid. I'm concerned about Kool-Aid because I believe they're gonna try to force him out there and force him into a number one cornerback role, and he's not ready for that. What he showed this season, he's not ready for that. Yes, the man had some flashes of what he could do. Um, made some splash plays and stuff like that. But is Kool-Aid a number one corner? No, he's not. Not right now. Now he's going into year three. So going into year three, to me, it's either you got it or you don't. So a few games in the week three, and it's the same old Kool-Aid. I don't know how it's gonna play out anyway. I don't know what is they viewing at the cornerback position. I do know Quincy Riley will have one side of the football. He will be on one side, Quincy. Now, far as on the other side, I don't know. Will they stick with Kool-Aid? We will see. We will see if they stick with Kool-Aid. But I'm not too enthused. I'm not too enthused to be like, yes, that's my number one corner. Go any receiver. Give me any receiver. Get out on the island, Imano. I can't say that with Kool-Aid. And I really hadn't seen one play to where I'm like, like I'm just being honest. Quincy, he showed a lot more flashes than Kool-Aid. So with Quincy, I'm excited to see what he's bringing. And I hope Kool-Aid brings something, but not as a number one corner. Not as a number one corner. Another player to be concerned about. Hmm, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say Pete Warner. Pete Warner. Pete Warner's another guy that I'm concerned about because you know why? Because yes, the Mario will be back, but just say if the Mario comes back, just say Father Times hit him hard over the off season, and he just come out and be like, man, I can't do it, and do an early retirement. Do a Tyron. You see Tyron, when he came out, he was just like, man, it's the love is it just ain't here no more. The Mario, it can easily happen like that with him next year. It can happen like that with Cam. So we're going to this season, and the Mario does that. Then what? Who is the guy? Danny Strutzman, yes, we can throw him into a fire. I mean, he's been thrown into it. He's been playing, playing a role, been, you know, making some impact plays. He got a promising future. But Pete Warner has been here long enough to where Pete Warner should have been done overthrown to Mario. Not in no negative way. When I'm saying like due to DeMario getting up in age, Pete Warner should have been done took that next leap and been the guy. DeMario should have been the one on snap counts and stuff like that. DeMario should have been on snap counts, but no, man. DeMario, we gotta have him out here every freaking snap because Pete Warner doesn't want to step up. Or is this who Pete Warner is? I guess this is who he is, but what he was showing at the beginning, year one, year two, yeah, he was hurt, but when he was in showing flashes, 15 tackle games and stuff like that, a maniac going to the football like those days, I hadn't seen those days. I didn't see it at all in 2025. So yes, I'm concerned about Pete Warner. Should that position be up for grabs? Absolutely, it should. It should in my eyes. It should be up for grabs. Another player of concern defensively. I'm gonna go with. I said Kool-Aid Pete. One more. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Carl Granderson. He's not as concerning as the other two, but yeah, Granderson. Yup. Shout out to Jesse Jackson. Yup, Granderson. Carl Granderson. Carl Granderson. We paid him a big deal, pretty huge deal. And have he been playing up to that? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, he hadn't. Carl Granderson, in my eyes, it was either supposed to be him or Chase. Chase developed into what we want to see. So, but with Granderson, when Chase was out, you was supposed to be collecting those sacks and stuff. Like you was a whole shell of yourself in 2025. What flashes did we see from Granderson? I really didn't see too many. So with Carl Granderson, I mean, I don't know what the future is for him. Like, is we viewing him as a go getter, as a set? I mean, is we viewing him as a run stopper or a go getter? Far as with the quarterback, or I don't really know our vision for him no more. So when it gets to that point, I don't know what the team sees his role to be because Chase is the QB go getter, and then Chase excelled at run stopping. So Chase developed quickly, which was needed. I'm glad somebody other than Cam Jordan, and basically we literally blessed that Cam Jordan is still hanging on because if not, we probably would have been at 4 wins this season because he contributed a lot with those sacks, 10 and a half sacks, and a lot of those was in crucial moments. So he held us afloat on the defensive side. Miss T Mama said he could have came in at week 4 or 5, not week 1. Yeah, that's true. I mean, he could have came in. He could have came in around that time. He could have, but I'm just glad he panned out. I'm just glad he came in and panned out because if he didn't come in and pan out, then we would have been in a whole disarray of things. And starting with that position, man. If Tyler Shuck did not come in and did what he did and give us hope, we would have been in a whole disarray. And I forgot to mention the man is up for offensive rookie of the year. So that's how good he played. Now, will he win? Will he win offensive rookie of the year? It depends on how they look at it. Now, if they looking at it as far as Like, okay, the person, did the player's team go to the playoffs? Or, that if they're looking at it like that, then no, he won't win it. If they're looking at it like, did the team make the postseason? Now if they're looking at it like, okay, who was the best player? Imano, who was just the best offensive rookie? Tyler Shuck should be in the running for that. And I think he gets he wins. He gets the edge on that. I'm gonna just be honest. I know the receiver for the Panthers. It was solid. I think he had 1,000 yards. Shuck to a literally borderline paper bag. I'm saying we was borderline heading that way to rejuvenation. So we'll see, man. We'll see. A go Amadi got to go too. I mean, yeah. I mean, can we have him for depth? I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, as a starter, absolutely not. But I was talking about concerns as far as far as a starter. And Brian Brzee, it's a question. I know next year is a contract year for him. The important year for Brian Brzee next year. I won't sound concerned, but he got an important year next year. The offensive side, players to be concerned about. I would say Taysom Hill. Far as that, what we was getting, 2 years ago, that player is no longer there no more, and it's okay. It's okay because Taysom Hill is 36 years old. Like, so when I say guys that don't have it no more, they ain't no diss or nothing. Like, dude, bro, it's 36 years old. At some point, father time is gonna start creeping up. And he just happened to have that ACL surgery at the wrong stage of his career. If he had that ACL tear at age 26, then yeah, he would have bounced back, been a spring chicken, but he had that ACL tear at age 35. But just watching Taysom move around and stuff, he doesn't have it no more. Not far as like being effective or being a threat. No, because all of those QB and the thing about it, the teams knew. I'm talking about in the past when he was at his prime. The teams knew what play was about to come. He was getting the ball and he was still getting yards. The majority of the plays where he was doing the QB sneak, he was not getting no yards at all. And you can see he don't got the burst or nothing no more. That's just part of becoming old in the NFL in NFL years. So far as Taysom, man, salute to you. I don't know what your future holds, but if I don't even know if he a free agent. I think he got one more year left. But if Sean Payton wants to utilize you, if he think he can get something out of you, hey man, go to Denver and continue to compete. I want y'all to be run over that AFC West. I want y'all to be AFC West, either y'all or the Chargers, because I'm tired of the Chiefs. I'm tired of the Chiefs. I'm just tired of seeing them. So hopefully now's the time that Denver face has something to say in that division along with the Chargers. So yeah, go over there to Denver, man, and we can get a sixth round for you. Hey, let's do it. You gave all you had. Miss T Mama said he giving, yes, giving all he had to the New Orleans Saints, to the city of New Orleans. You will forever be remembered. Forever be remembered, man. So shout out to you. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, division and this offense, man. I really don't see you involved in it moving forward, and that's okay, man. It's okay, bittersweet, man, but just don't see you in this offer because it just didn't work out. The snaps that you was in, it didn't work out. You made no special team plays and all that stuff, and it's just father time is just here, man. And like I said, salute to Taysom. And with Demario and Cam, man, I just hope the next man is up because we don't know. Yeah, they saying right now, yeah, I want to come back but we don't know when that 95-degree heat hits. You get to training camp and you're like, oh man, I gotta do this again. And you really don't have to do that again. Like, just imagine Tyron. I mean, all season talking about the upcoming 25 season, early on in the off season. Woo, 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 we doing this, woo, woo. Get to the field, have a change of heart. It happens, man. So I just hope the next man is up. And to be honest, I hope we address a linebacker position either in free agency or the draft. I don't know who's upcoming free agents or nothing like that at the moment. I don't know. But far as from the draft, I'm gonna be honest. I think running back or linebacker needs to be at number. If we go on linebacker 8, then obviously the Ohio State Reese, which I think he gonna go earlier. But I have to look at the teams again, because I think the way some of the teams' needs may not even be linebacker before 8. So we'll see. He could drop down to 8 just because of his position. The team may not need that position right away. So I'm gonna look at the teams and see, man. We don't know. He could drop down to us. If he dropped down to 5 or something, and that's a position you could arguably say is our number one need because who gonna be that next guy? Like I said, Pete Warner, he's shown he not gonna be the guy. As he's been given every opportunity to surpass the Mario and be the face of the defense, but he didn't. Either injury or he didn't perform out there. Strutzman, he may step up and be it, man. He's still growing. He might come out on fire. But we could put somebody beside Strutzman. So we'll see, man. We'll see how it all plays out. We'll see how things plays out. I see nobody wanted to call, but it's all good. It's all good today, man. We got all off season to get online and chat and stuff, man. I'm just glad I was able to get on today and just chop it up with you guys again today, man. Just make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow the page, and shout out to Saints Uptown. He wasn't able to get on today, but me and Uptown, we will definitely be having some heat for you all this off season. Please, I will not be a stranger this off season, y'all. I told y'all once again, I made that little clip of my car, man. I'm just right now, man. I'm just getting to the bag, man. And all season time, like, and this is like some life tips. Like we all diehard Saints fan, right? I'm pretty sure we all wanna, for the ones that's not, in the city, local, or in the state. Like me, I'm all the way up here in Carolina, so with me, I want to be at the Superdome every year watching the game, at least one. So when I'm doing this, when I'm getting OT, I'm getting to the bad, man. I'm putting money aside for future stuff. Okay, this money, this is for upcoming Saints game. This for my merchandise. I'm getting the Tyler Shuck jersey, all that stuff, man. This is just reasons we should be getting to the bag, man. We got our Saints, of course, our family come first, but after our family, when they get to some things that we like, go ahead and put money away for our Saints, man. We gotta support them in person, and I'm gonna support my Saints in person this fall. So that's just it. Who that nation, man? We got a long off season, and once again, man, you guys please like, subscribe, follow the page. This is the WDN Chatline podcast. See you guys soon. I'm out. Who that?